Do you play Fortnite on PC? Does your game footage look like this?
Oof.
But you want it to look like this?
Then you clicked on the right video.
Oh, let's go.
Welcome back. This is the beginner's guide to Fortnite Graphics Settings for PC. When my kids started playing Fortnite on PC, I noticed something. If they didn't have me to set up their systems, they wouldn't be getting the best performance from their brand new gaming laptops.
That's no good.
So if you're like my kids and aren't sure what all this stuff means, we are here to help you, to give you some simple explanations to what all these settings mean and how to get the best performance out of your new system or a system you might be getting maybe for Christmas. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell and turn on all post notifications. And of course, smash the like button. All right, let's get started. Okay, since this is a beginner's video, what we're going to do is we're going to start by defining some terms so that as we go through the video, you won't be totally confused as we're talking about the different settings. And we're also going to assume that you already have some computer that can at least play a game. How's that sound, buddy?
That sounds awesome.
Yes, it does sound awesome.
Very awesome.
So, first term, resolutions. So when thinking of resolutions, let's just keep this really simple. It's just how clear and sharp your image looks. And the higher you go up from 1080p to 1440 to 4K, the better it will be. Okay, next terms. Refresh rate, FPS.
Yeah, what does FPS even mean?
Good question. FPS stands for frames per second. So when we're watching a video, or playing a game that's really just a video, what it's doing is drawing the screen a bunch of times a second to the point where it goes so fast, we can't even tell. So it just looks like one smooth video to us. See what I'm saying?
So it's like the Flash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just like the Flash. When we play really fast games like Fortnite and the FPS gets low, things start to look really blurry. Remember those clips from the beginning of the video? We want to get the highest frames per second on the highest resolution our computer can handle, like the video on the right. Buttery smooth, baby.
Oh, I love butter, and especially on pancakes.
Pancakes. Okay, so let's get something clear. There are no best universal settings.
Wait, what? I thought we were going to get the best settings.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the information you need to set up your computer. You know why? Because everybody's computer is different. There's thousands and thousands of different computers. You're not going to find many that are the same. We're going to make sure you get the most out of the one that you have. Sound good? Okay, so let's jump into the settings page and start from the top and work our way down. First on the list, window mode. Okay, you got three options. Full screen, windowed full screen, and some other mode. I think it's just windowed. I play on full screen. In this mode, Fortnite is going to take over the whole screen. There won't be any taskbar at the bottom or any other toolbars. It is possible to get a small performance boost by going with full screen. Windows grants Fortnite full control to the display, but it's not as easy to switch away from Fortnite if you're doing other things at the same time, like if you choose windowed full screen. Windowed full screen is just like if you're running like a browser or something and it fills the screen but leaves that toolbar on the bottom. So you can easily switch to other apps, like if you have a Twitch stream that you're watching and you want to switch to it, or if, say, your buddy calls you on Discord and you want to talk while you're playing the game. But since this is a video on getting the most out of your computer, if there is a small chance that you can get some better performance out of going full screen, then we recommend
Go with full screen.
There you go. Okay, so before we get into the resolution setting and FPS settings, I think we need to explain some stuff about screens and monitors.
Explain what about?
I'm going to get to that.
Oh, sorry.
When we're looking at gaming monitors, there's a lot to consider. I mean, just look at this Amazon listing. It's ridiculous, especially if you have no clue or you're just getting into gaming. G-Tech.
F2740C, 27-inch curved frameless gaming monitor, full HD, 1920 by 1080p, 1800R, VAE 1 millisecond, 240 hertz, FreeSync, speakers, DisplayPort, HDMI, Type-C, VESA.
What?
That is absolutely just crazy.
I mean, they throw every tagline in the description, and of course, people that know, they want to know all that stuff in the description. But for this video, we're going to stick to the two main things that we're going to focus on, and that is the refresh rate, which we talked about earlier, which relates to frames per second, and the resolution. So for most systems, you're going to look for a 1080p or 1440p monitor. I think most pros play on 1080p. The reason being is because it doesn't stress the game too much or stress your system too much, and it still gives you a nice quality image. So it's a really good in-between of both quality and performance. Now, when it comes to the refresh rate of the monitor you're looking at, or the monitor you already have, or the screen of the laptop you already have. Yo, what's your refresh rate?
I don't know.
Bruh. Here's how you find the refresh rate of your screen. Right click anywhere on the desktop and go to display settings. From here, you want to look at the bottom and choose advanced display settings. This is going to show your refresh rate. So my monitor is 165 hertz. If you have, say, a 60 hertz monitor, you can go as high as 60 frames per second. It's like hitting a brick wall. You can't go any higher. If you have a 144 hertz monitor, you're going to go as high as 144 frames per second. When choosing these settings, your screen is the limit for what your frames per second can be. So 60 hertz, 60 frames per second, 120 hertz, 120 frames per second, and so on. If you're using a gaming laptop, like my kids do, they all have 1080p, 120 hertz screens. So naturally, we're going to set resolution to 1920 by 1080, and we're going to set the frame rate or the FPS limit to 120 frames per second. Like I said before, it just depends on your screen that you have or your laptop that you have. But for most systems, choose 1080p. So when choosing the FPS setting, just match the FPS to the refresh rate of your screen. Super simple. Did you get all that super fast, JD?
I totally understood everything, I think.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I think I did.
Cool. Okay, so the next setting, colorblind mode. Sounds exciting, right? Mm-hmm. It does?
Yes, really.
Okay.
I'm colorblind.
You are?
Yeah.
Why didn't Mama tell me? Are you being serious?
Pranked you.
Troll. Okay, so colorblind modes. Why do games have colorblind modes? Because there's people that are colorblind.
Yeah.
They can't see a lot of the things in the game like we would see it. So a game like Fortnite that has a lot of different colors, especially for the rarity items, like the weapons go from gray to green to blue to purple to orange, they can't play the game like everybody else. So they can adjust it and it can be better for them.
But how do these modes help you with your Fortnite gameplay?
In theory, help you see enemies and see parts of the game better in the map so you can play the game better.
That sounds nice.
I've been playing Fortnite for only like a year and a half, and I never touched the colorblind settings until just recently. And I actually kind of like them. You could just copy what a pro does, like Booga or like Mongrel. But do you have Booga's eyes? Do you have Mongrel's eyes? No, You got your eyes. So when changing this setting, first of all, don't choose deuteranope. Deuteranope. Don't choose deuteranope. Okay. Choose between protanope and tritanope. Okay. And when switching between these two, I say just pick one, play with the contrast, play with the color, play with the brightness until you get something that looks good to you, because no one else has your eyes, right? Super fast, JD?
Yep.
Exactly. I will put a link in the description below to another video where he goes in more detail showing all the different settings for colorblind settings and how it looks with the storm in the game and different parts of the map. So check that out in the description below. Okay, so now to the main graphics settings. So before you do anything in the graphics settings, you got to make a choice, and it's down here. You got to go DirectX 11, DirectX 12, or performance mode.
Wait, huh?
Exactly. Let me explain what DirectX is really simply. It's basically something in Windows that allows your computer hardware, like your graphics card, to talk to Windows so it can just play your game. Sounds simple, right?
Yeah. Real
Okay.
simple.
If you're going to go with DirectX 11 or DirectX 12, there's a lot of other videos on YouTube that could try to compare to see what's better. I might put some links down below to those videos if you want to watch those if you're super geeky, but this is a beginner's guide. When you choose one of those two, you'll get these extra options: view distance, shadows, anti-aliasing, textures, and other things. To get the most FPS out of most systems, you're going to have most of these either off or on low or medium. After these are turned off or low, down here you definitely want VSync off, motion blur you want off. Obviously you want to turn FPS, show FPS on so you see what's going on. Multi-threader rendering on. These two off, and then if you have an NVIDIA card, you want to turn this on or on plus boost. Might could go a little higher. Like I said before, it depends on your system and how good of a system you got or how much money you got. It ain't gonna be cheap. This is where performance mode comes in. And I used to play on DirectX 11 and I would turn everything down just like it is right here, off or low. And because I thought performance mode just kind of looked bad. But lately I've been playing performance mode and I'm getting really stable FPS. Okay, so your two main options if you choose performance mode is textures and meshes. Just turn textures to low because performance mode already affects the game where it's not super pretty. It's just trying to get a lot of FPS for you. Meshes, this is what meshes does. If you put meshes on high, it makes your builds look like regular builds like this. If you put meshes on low, it makes your builds look like mobile builds. If you've ever played Fortnite on a phone or an iPad, it'll look like this. So if you want the full FPS boost, you will get a boost if you go on lows. Okay, quick quiz. If you have the choice between DirectX 11, DirectX 12, or performance mode, which one do they choose to get the most FPS?
Performance mode.
There you go. That's right. All right, super fast JD. We got one more thing we got to do. We've went through all the settings. We've went through the modes, and we went through resolution and FPS and refresh rates and all that stuff. But now the fun starts.
What fun?
We must go mess up your sister's settings
That's a
And-
good plan.
and see if they can fix them.
Daddy!
What?
My FPS is from 50 to 70. It's terrible.
Huh. That's weird.
Maybe you should watch our settings video for PC. Taco We really hope that this video helped you. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and smash the like button. See you in the next video. Bye! We really
like it?
hope that
No.
this video...
Okay. Do it again.